should there be good faith between us and Christians?
They worship a flesh god. They're fleas and vermin.
Floki is a pagan fundamentalist.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with me. I did not renounce the gods in front of everyone. How will you ever get older to forgive you now?
He believes very strongly that if the Christian God is allowed to succeed and spread his message, that will be the end of their own gods.
How many Christians should I kill, Floki? How many?
They're just savage men, more interested in robbery and plunder than in matters of the spirit.
Is he a priest?
He is a man of God.
I too have a man of God at home.
Ragnar takes a more pragmatic view about it.
I want to learn some of your language.
Because he's a curious man. He's curious and interested in Athelstan,
Will you teach me, priest?
his beliefs, and the Christian God. He wants to know more about it.
Why does your God need silver and gold? He must be greedy. We have greedy gods too. Tell me, is it your will that I'm here with these heathens? What do the gods say? What do you know about our gods? Priest.
I think there's a great temptation to look at the pantheon of Norse gods from the perspective of today's world faiths, but just add some extra gods. That's very misleading, because the gods of the Vikings are not gods who demand worship or adoration,
The gods are coming.
or even unreserved approval.
I know.
You don't even have to like them. You just have to deal with them, because they're more powerful than you, and you don't want to get in their way. The gods are not necessarily very trustworthy. Some of them are not very nice. There's a very different relationship between Viking Age people and their gods than what we might be used to thinking of human-divine interaction. It's a set of personal relationships with this invisible world. If we look out from Scandinavia, from the pagan world, out into the Christian world, and all of these Christian practices and Christian beliefs, we have to ask ourselves, what's attractive about that? Why would a Viking king or a Viking earl even consider converting to Christianity unless he had to?
For the Forskunga Undermen.
And I think part of the key is in the observation of how much the Christian church is linked to the notion of a king and a state.
I am the Christian.
Because if you have one religion, one God, one church, allied with the state, one king, one nation, one power base, that is very, very strong. Another thing that's quite important to understand about early medieval Christianity at the time of the Vikings is that it places a great emphasis in how you demonstrate your faith. You must go to church, you must pay tithes to the priest, you must honour your king who is put there by God. Remember that this is a divine kingship. And it's very much less concerned with what you actually think. So whether you really believe all this is not as important as the fact that you just do what you're told. That is also something that makes conversion a lot easier.
Our Father, who art in heaven. Our Father, who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
And I want to keep the audience on the cusp. I want them to think what is happening.